Hey there, my name's Eva Parks, and I think I'm the best home chef here in DFW. Why me? I have a fun food blog where I share recipes and talk about my many food adventures. Today I plan to make a butternut squash risotto, so decadent and delicious you'll swear you're dining in a fine restaurant. But between you and me, super easy to make. Let's go get started. A lot of things that make cooking so hard is a lot of the preparation. So if you do a lot of things ahead of time, it makes it a lot easier and you're not as stressed out when you're actually in the kitchen. So I like to go ahead and dice up some onion ahead of time, so it just keeps it nice and easy. For our main ingredients, we'll need 6 cups of chicken broth, or just 1 32-ounce carton similar to something like this. 1 package of frozen butternut squash puree. I went ahead and microwaved this and this is what it came out to be. 1/2 cup of diced onions. Then we have 2 cups of Arborio rice. And then 1/2 cup of white wine. It can be anything, just as long as it's a dry wine. I personally prefer a Chardonnay, so I can also take a sip or two. And then also 1/2 cup of parmesan romano mix. I go easy on this and buy the one that's pre-mixed from the store. First here, we're going to take our chicken stock and go ahead and pour it in a saucepan that's on a medium heat. You're just going to go ahead and dump the entire carton in, just like so. I went ahead and heated my pan up just a little bit before, so it's already nice and hot. Pretty easy to do. And then we're going to take our buttersquash puree and go ahead and dump it in the bowl. Oh! Gets a little bit messy. I am a little bit of a messy cook. Pour it in just like so. You're going to whisk it together like so to make a nice thick broth that we will then pour into the risotto. First up, to get this rice going, we are going to put 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, or as we call it, EVOO, I've heard. We're going to put 2 in there, let it get a little bit warm. And then we're going to go ahead and put in our diced onions. That was just 1/2 cup if you recall earlier. I'm going to cook the onions for about 3 minutes, or just let them get nice and coated with the olive oil. Super easy. Stirring them up. Gonna let them sit for a few minutes. And while they're sitting, we're gonna go get our 2 cups of Arborio rice. So we're gonna go 1, 2. And this is gonna end up making about 4 to 6 servings. If you're like me, you'll go a little overboard and you'll probably only get 4 servings out of this. Right now we're going to stir together the rice, the olive oil, and the onions and coat the rice evenly. You're going to stir this up for, I'd say, probably 4 minutes or so. Let it brown up some. One of the best parts of cooking with me is, of course, the fact that I really do enjoy wine. And I'm actually using a Chardonnay, which is from a local winery here in Dallas that I absolutely love. And this recipe actually calls for 1/2 cup. I'm going to pour some in right here. Maybe a little extra. Nobody has to know. I'm going to pour that right on in and coat the rice. Just like so. And you'll want to stir it up some and let some of the liquid evaporate just for a few minutes. Turn up the heat a little bit more. Perfect. Then while we're waiting, we can always take a little sip of wine. Cheers. 2 other ingredients that we're going to add just to add a little pop of flavor are some rosemary and thyme. And for this, we'll take a tablespoon apiece to add this, just like so. It just adds such a nice flavor that complements the butternut squash. So delicious. Just pour that in just like so. And give it a nice stir. And we're about to start adding in our butternut squash mixture. Ooh, you can smell that. That smells delicious. Ooh. For this next process, it takes roughly about 30 minutes to start spooning in the butternut squash mixture into the rice. And basically you spoon in about a cup, stir it, let all the rice soak it in, and it takes approximately 30 minutes to do this. Let's get started here. I'm going to take a cup and just take it right on in the rice. You'll hear it start to steam up. And you're just going to start mixing it on in like so. Let the fun begin. So I know we've only been doing this now for about 15 minutes. Just keep spooning in our butternut squash mixture right on into the risotto. But it is so worth it. It makes it so creamy. The rice becomes so tender and delicious. It's totally worth a little repetition. Aerial cam. So the risotto looks almost done, but it's not truly done until you add some butter, the cheese mix, and of course some salt and pepper to taste. So first I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of butter, and risotto truly isn't done until you add that butter. Mix it in. Ah, perfect. Then we're going to add in around a half cup of parmesan and romano cheese mix. And like I said earlier, I really try to go easy on this. And just buy the store-bought, already done, super, super easy. Just mix it all in. Perfect. Oh, it's getting close. I can feel it. And smell it. My place smells delicious. Now I'm going to add in a little pepper, salt. We're going to start off with some salt. Just all how you prefer it to taste. A little salty, a little peppery. You can always add a little more later. Don't want to add too much. Mix it all in. We're getting real close. You can practically taste it. It smells so wonderful. Can't wait to give it a little try. Actually, I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to give it a little try. It's going to be a little hot. It's perfect. I'm ready. As you can see, we have quite the fancy feast here, and it really wasn't all that hard to make. I hope that you'll pick me to be the next home chef for the Visions Women's Expo 2011. And now I'd like to dive right into this butternut squash risotto. Cheers.